business case is different depending on which part of the world you're in. And this is something I think we haven't really grappled with sufficiently. In the developed world, it's not really a question of shrinking growth per se. It's a question of rethinking growth and thinking about how we convert that enormous flow of raw materials and energy with the inputs of knowledge and capital and producing products and services at the other end, doing it in such a way that the net impact on nature, the net impact on people is positive rather than negative. So you've got large companies, including some of my clients, who in their public vision statements, they're no longer saying things like, we're trying to minimize the impact on the environment while we continue to make a lot of money. They're saying our goal now is to actually restore natural systems while being profitable and growing in our profitability. Now, they wouldn't be saying that if they didn't believe it was possible, and they're getting an awful lot of good help from experts in the field that they can map a pathway to that. So you've got, for example, changes in business model where large companies are taking a look at their core businesses and they're saying, all right, where are we actually generating our revenues? And can we generate better revenues or the same or better revenues through selling different things, essentially? GE is in the process of a major transformation from one set of product lines to another based on, among many other products and services, renewable energy, for example. You've also got large manufacturing companies in the clothing sector rethinking their business models around how much water you have to use. Do we have to use these particular finish processes? Can we dramatically reduce? Yes, you can. Even to the point of companies taking a look at that model and saying, wait a minute, we're overproducing. We're producing a whole lot of clothes, to pick that sector, that we're not selling. We end up throwing a lot of that away or selling it off cheaply. If you spend a bit more up front, really researching your market, doing a lot of the stuff we know how to do now with that the internet makes possible, for example, to read people's tastes, you can really dramatically reduce what you're producing, and I know some companies that have done this, and make sure that you actually sell more of it at a better price point. So your overall revenues actually go up, even though your impact on nature can decrease. So that's the name of the game in the developed world. The rich world is how to keep making the money we need to make, we want to make, while reducing our impact. In the developing world, that is to say the part of the world that we think of as being poor, the name of the game is still very often growth. How can people who don't have access to energy get access to energy? Well, hopefully not the same way that we did with large nuclear power plants that have the occasional enormous problem, or coal plants that contribute to global warming. Instead, how can we create decentralized solar-based systems, for example? I've seen a fantastic model program that's being developed now in Jordan that involves desalination of water using solar energy that in turn warms up a greenhouse, creates food, waters the desert outside the greenhouse. In fact, things begin to grow in a nice integrated system that will, if it proves to work economically, could be then rubber stamped across that part of the world and be a whole new way of thinking about how you generate water, food, and energy at the same time. So these are the kinds of transformations that are occurring right now.